Good morning, Michelle. This is Paul Perlmutter from Boulder, Colorado. Here's some more information about the Model Your Town competition sponsored by the Google Sketchup team. The competition announcement is displayed in the browser, and I'll send you a link and more details in an email. This is the second competition sponsored by the Sketchup team. The theme of the competition is to model whatever buildings or structures we think can show the rest of the world what is special about Moab. Having a 3D model of Moab in Google Earth helps visitors understand it in a way that flat 2D photographs cannot. It's also a heck of a lot of fun to fly over towns and cities that have been modeled on Google Earth. The team will consist of 5 citizens, I'm thinking students from the high school, and the software tools you need are free. Of course, the team members will need access to computers or laptops. Let's look at Moab in the Google Maps browser. Oh, here's the Happy Thanksgiving logo from Google. We'll click on Maps in the navigation bar. And when you open it up, you see a map of your local area. In the location box, let's type in Moab, Utah. And it presents you with a map of the Moab area. If you click on the satellite icon in the top right-hand corner, it overlays satellite imagery and photography on the map. It's still a 2D image, but you have at least the satellite imagery overlaid to give you a more realistic rendering of the area. You can toggle back and forth by clicking on the map or satellite icon. When you hover over the icon, the Google Earth icon is displayed. You can click on that, and it brings in the Google Earth imagery. That's a 3D rendering of the area. Once it's displayed, you can use your mouse to navigate around. By double-clicking, you can zoom in on the area. So let's zoom in on Main Street in Moab. Just showing you what the buildings look like on the 3D layer. And I'm just turning it around to give you a better picture of what it looks like. Here's the old Poplar Place restaurant. Here's the Wicked Brew coffee kiosk. Here's a motel located on Main Street. There's the Rim Cyclery building. Here are storefronts along Main Street here. We can zoom out using the zoom toolbar in the left corner here. Well, what I'm suggesting is that several of the high school students might get together and I can give them assistance in bringing them up to speed on how to use the tools like SketchUp and Google Earth to model buildings in Moab to enter the competition. I thought it would be fun and exciting and valuable for some of these students to enter the competition. I'd be willing to sponsor it. There's no money involved. I'd be willing to sponsor it in terms of contributing my time to helping the students create some of these models of buildings in the downtown area. It would take too much time to model too many buildings in the town, but I think we can focus on the downtown area to give a feel for what downtown Moab looks like and what's exciting about Moab. Let's turn off these labels. They kind of interfere with the view. This is just an excellent bird's eye view of the Moab Valley, isn't it? It's fantastic. Let me show you a town that's been more extensively modeled, and that's my hometown of Boulder. Let's fly to Boulder. Double click to zoom in. This area over here is the university. Let's go ahead and fly over to the university and get a bird's eye view of the University of Colorado. I went to school there, so I'm partial to it. Each building that you see is a separate unit on Google Earth, and there's a fair amount of data, so it takes a while for the Google Earth web server to download the data into the browser. So patience is valuable. It takes a while and it's slow sometimes. This is the Folsom Field football stadium, and as I rotate the view, you can see in the background here, this is the downtown area of Boulder. Let's zoom in on that. This is the old courthouse. And what we're looking at now, this is a sandwich kiosk, and here's another food kiosk. Here's a restaurant. Here's a restaurant with some outdoor dining. This is a rooftop patio. And that gives you just a great representation of what the downtown Boulder area looks like. You can see the foothills of the Rockies in the background. I think it's fantastic. I think it's exciting. You might wonder why Boulder is so well modeled in Google Earth. And there's a good reason. That is that the Sketchup team is located in Boulder, and they use Boulder as their first demonstration town for some of their applications. You can type in any location in the world, any city in the world, and have this wonderful bird's eye view of what the town looks like. You can go to New York City, Chicago, Paris, Shanghai, Tokyo, anywhere, Moscow. And there are many buildings that have been modeled and placed on Google Earth, and it's a lot of fun to go ahead and tour the town the way I just showed you with Boulder. And that is the essence of the competition, to have smaller communities model their town so visitors from anywhere in the world can come and get a bird's eye view of what your town looks like. And that's my idea. Thanks, Michelle.